World War II is taught, Germany and Japan are normally taught as allies, but I've recently become sceptical as to exactly how true that statement is. Yes, it is true that they had a non-aggression pact, not that there was any chance of them attacking each other. I do wonder whether or not they were genuinely friends. How much did they genuinely help each other? Because Britain and America, they fought side by side in World War II, working to fight the Germans. They were definitely allies, but Germany and Japan, would you like to know the full extent of all the aid that they gave to each other? One Japanese submarine showed up off the coast of France to donate some supplies to Germany. And then, a couple of radar sonars or something was gifted to Japan by Germany, and that is it. Okay, all the aid that these two countries gave to each other, that is the extent of it, almost. Okay, so you just have to wonder, in what way were they allies? Well, if they're not helping each other, then the only way in which they could be allies would is if they were coordinating their movements. Otherwise, they were just co-belligerents. Let me explain to you what a co-belligerent is. A co-belligerent is when is a country that you're at war with the same country, but you're not allies, okay? Was that what Germany and Japan was? I'm starting to think that Germany and Japan might just be co-belligerents. And I don't think they were co-belligerents, in fact, because they did coordinate their movements and timing of attack at the exact same time. For example, Germany never ever told Japan that it was going to invade the Soviet Union, keeping secrets from them, because they were afraid that Japan might attack from the other side and therefore take some of the spoils of war, when Germany wanted all of the spoils of war, so they made sure Japan didn't help them with the invasion of Russia because they knew they didn't need any help. Instead, they wanted Japan to attack south, take Singapore from the British, and to draw the British and American forces away from the Western Front. Okay, so they told Japan, if you ever end up at war with America, we'll also declare war on America to help you. And so Japan thought that Germany could draw some of the American troops away from the Pacific, that's why Germany made the promise. So they went to war against America, Germany kept their promise and declared war, and soon they were drawing American troops away from each other. However, you just have to wonder, in my opinion, that means that Germany and Japan were in fact allies because they'd agreed to both go to war against America, but they were not co-belligerents. That is my opinion about it. However, then you have to ask, were Russia and the Allies co-belligerents during World War I and II? Take World War I, for example. The Allies really just needed that second front to draw the German troops away, or else they would have no hope of winning. Okay, that's why they needed those American reinforcements immediately once Russia surrendered. So, I actually, once again, in this case, I actually think that Russia and Britain and France and America were not co-belligerents in that situation, but genuine allies. Now, the reason is obvious, in fact. It's because the Russians sent troops to the Western Front at one point to help the Allies. And also, when Britain and Russia jointly occupied Persia, they were genuinely fighting side by side, coordinating the war against the Ottoman Empire. In my opinion, the Russians absolutely were genuine allies with the West in World War I. In World War II, there was very little coordination between the Russians and the British and the Americans. However, I do think they were friends because they coordinated their invasion of Iran so Britain could supply the Russians. And Russia also agreed to attack Japan within 3 months of their victory over Germany. So yeah, in my opinion, in all of the examples discussed in this video, in the Allies in World War I, the Allies in World War II, and Germany and Japan, they were all genuine alliances rather than co-belligerencies. But let me know your thoughts. Were they co-belligerents or were they allies? Let's see.